Swifties! It's Jessica, just as fearless, and Pumpkin, which is really, really fat now. So I'm a big boy. I don't have a computer to edit videos, so that's why I haven't been posting, but that doesn't mean I should deprive you of my beautiful face. So now I'm posting, looking ratchet. So, somebody asked me how I made these little things. So I'm just going to do a video on how I met Taylor Swift, or the times I met Taylor Swift and what happened. So, we're going to pause that. First time I met Taylor Swift was in 2006. I was with my dad, and we were going to a George Strait concert. If you don't know George Strait, get out of here. He's a country singer, an old country singer. And we were going to his concert in North Charleston, South Carolina. And yeah, we were on the way there, and Dad handed me the tickets to hang on to because Dad always loses stuff. And he was like, yeah, some guy named Taylor Swift is opening up for George Strait tonight. And I was like, what? You don't know who Taylor Swift is. So I started freaking out. So the opening acts come on, it's some guy on the piano, boring, boring, boring. Then Taylor comes out and she sings Tim McGraw and Our Song, and what's the other one she sang? I can't think of it, because this is forever ago. This is 8 years ago. So then she goes, hey, I'm Taylor. If any of you guys are interested in meeting me, you can meet me in section, blah, 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 blah. I'll be signing autographs. You can just make a line, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my god, fangirling, freaking out. I was like, Dad, can I go? It turned out I missed the entire concert because I waited in line to meet Taylor Swift. And I didn't have any merchandise. I didn't, obviously, because her CD had just come out. And I didn't have a camera because I was a loser. I wasn't a loser. I was in 9th grade. I didn't have a digital camera. Those weren't big back then. I'm old now, you guys. 22 years old. That's old. What is this? So I didn't have a camera and I didn't have merchandise. Awesome. Looking good. But actually my dad surprised me. I was waiting in line and I turned around. He tapped me on the shoulder and he bought me like one of everything. Like off the merch stand. He bought me a t-shirt, which is in the closet. I don't feel like getting that out. He bought me an 8x10 photo and her CD. What else? I think that's all they had. Oh, the leather love, love, love bracelet. Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much all she had out, was just t-shirts and her CD and the bracelet. So he brought me that, and I just remember like being so nervous. She wasn't even that famous, but I was just really nervous because I was a really nervous kid, very shy, and I just remember being very awkward. And this lady behind me was like, oh, you don't have your camera? I'll take the picture for you, and give me your email address and I promise I'll send it to you, blah, blah, blah. So I go meet Taylor. I'm very nervous. I'm shaking. I go and awkwardly hug her, and I just remember like she was just like this small. Is like really awkward. Very, 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 very skinny. You think she's skinny now? She was even skinnier then. She was like 17 because I was 15. Yep, she was 17. So this is everything I got back then. There is a speck of it. Get that off of there. Go away. Speck. This is this. Oh, you can see my reflection. That's the 8x10 photo. Signed. That is the CD cover, which she was a pro, and that's signed as well. And these are just my tickets. This is Taylor Swift. This is a Colonial Life Arena, so this is supposed to be, Rare 12. This must be, Speak Now concert ticket, my Fearless concert ticket, and my Red concert ticket from March last year. Yeah. So yeah, that was the first time I met Taylor. That was in 2006. Then the next time I met Taylor, you guys know that I went to the Red Tour in March of last year, and it didn't go very well. I made a video on that where they took our lights away and they took our signs away, and it was horrible, and we were sick and we had a horrible time. Don't go away. Don't go away. Don't go away. So we didn't meet her then, and then my lovely boyfriend at the time surprised me with tickets to go see Taylor again for my 22nd birthday. So I got to see Taylor September 12th, 2013 and September 13th. Yeah, September 12th until September 13th. And I was on the floor and I was like bawling my eyes out because it was the last night I thought I was going to get to see Taylor. Don't do that. Don't do that, Pumpkin. I thought it was the last night I was going to see Taylor. So I was crying and I was on the floor next to the B stage and I was just singing my little heart out. And I got a tap on my shoulder and it was Mama and Papa Swift. And they were like, oh my God, you're so sweet. Like, are you okay? Because I was crying so hard. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I was just like, oh my God, Taylor's right there. She was on the B stage. When they tapped me on the shoulder, she was up in the thing doing Sparks Fly, going back to the main stage. See how mean he is? Don't scratch the carpet. So like, who are you with? And I was like, I'm completely alone. And then Mama Swift was like, would you like to come to Club Red? Do not bite me again on camera. He's thinking about it. Don't! You embarrass me. Stop it. You're not funny. It's okay. Don't bite. So I was like, yes, oh my God, I want to go to Club Red. And I started crying and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to pass out. And I sounded like I was going to die. And she just held me and hugged me for a few minutes. And then I met Taylor in Club Red that time. And I was really awkward again. Because I didn't know what to do. I got myself to calm down. Stop it. If you're going out, you're staying out. Go. Cats. So yeah, Club Red. I don't even remember what we talked about because I was just awkwardly like talking. Yeah. Still in my costume, looking like a creep. So this is my stuff from the last tour. It's too heavy. This is legit. Okay. Let's see if I can do it. This is my picture of Taylor, me and Taylor. My signed cover. Can you see it? A picture of me and Mama Swift. And Mama Swift said happy birthday. She signed something for me. Can you see it? Mama Swift loves you. Yeah, and my Club Red pass. And my Taylor Swift bracelet. And that's all in a frame. Let's see if I can get this thing to stay back on you. So yeah, that's my frame for that one. Please don't fall. So then, I was having post-concert depression, and she announced her London leg of the tour, and I was like, Dad, we should like sell our house and like go see Taylor in London. Like, I would cut off my right arm to go see Taylor Swift in London. And all he said was, shut up. He was like, shut up, you're stupid. And that's the last I heard of it. But then a few months later, my lovely boyfriend surprised me with 2 tickets to see Taylor Swift in London on February 10th. So those were for me and my dad. So me and my dad traveled from where we live all the way to London to see Taylor. And it was amazing because we got to stay for the whole 2 weeks or whatnot. And we actually got to go to Paris and all that. And we got Club Red again. And I'm surprised that we got all of our lights and stuff, you know, through the airport. Because I made costumes again and our signs. I wish I could post a picture, but I can't edit this video. So yeah. We dressed up as Starlight and it said, we're made of Starlight. And it was yellow and it had yellow lights on it and it had yellow glittery stuff. And we had headbands. If you've been on my Instagram, which is at Jess is Fearless, JESSISFEARLESS, then you've seen it. It had light up headbands and stuff. So we were, it was during I Knew You Were Trouble. And before that, before anybody even came out on stage, I told Dad, we can't sit down, go get us water. So we went and got water and we came, sat back down, used the restroom. I was like, you can't sit down the whole entire time. We have to stand up, trust me. So we're standing up, we're just acting, we're not acting, we're just looking around, you know, reading everything. We're in a foreign country, guys, like, we're in a foreign country, so we're just, like, looking around. We've never been to the O2, so we're like, wow, this is awesome, you know. We're, like, the only ones standing up, and everyone's looking at us because all our lights are on. Then I hear everyone screaming, and I look, because we're across from the main stage, and I see Mama Swift and Stephanie pointing to us, obviously. Us. I mean, I knew she was pointing at us. I'm not kidding. I knew she was pointing at us. She was like, see those people over there? They're all lit up, blah, blah, blah. And then Stephanie was like writing down our section and stuff. And I was like, don't look or pay attention to her, but that's Mama Swift. And she's writing down who she's picking for Club Red. And I was like, Dad, I'm not kidding. And he was like, well, that's great, because we came on this way or whatever. So it was some way through the concert, and the girls behind us, their sign broke. It was like a poster, and it had lights around it, and their lights broke. Like, that happened to me, because every time I try to make this sign, the lights break. So I turned around, and I was like, I turned around and did my magic, and I fixed their lights, and it actually worked. I fixed their lights for them, and they're like, oh my god, thank you. And I actually, we had so much light up stuff, I was like, here, take some glow batons or whatever. So I gave them my glow batons, glow sticks, blah blah blah. So we all lit up, like together we lit up. So it was during I Knew You Were Trouble. I'm looking at it, and every time Taylor was like, oh, Dad, our sign said oh my, mine said my, and his said oh, and every time Taylor said oh in the song, Dad was like, oh, like he was killing it. It was hilarious. Everyone was taking pictures of us. Those are on my Instagram as well, and everyone was just laughing. But it was a lot of fun. So I Knew You Were Trouble, Dad's oh, and someone taps me on the shoulder, and I'm like, because I know what's up. But I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, oh my god, you're Mama Swift. She's like, yeah, you look familiar. And I'm like, yeah, we're actually from Charleston. We're not from here. She's like, oh my god, you traveled all the way from the United States for the Red Tour? And I'm like, yeah, like legitly for the Red Tour. That's the only reason we're here. She's like, who are you with? I'm like, I'm with my dad. She's like, oh my god, that's your dad? High five to him for taking one for the team. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Because he's like wearing this costume, like straight up bringing it. She's like, do you want to go to Club Red? And I start like freaking out, crying, because it's like unreal that we got picked again. Like, well, I got picked again because I was alone last time. But like, seriously, like, how does that happen? What? So I start freaking out, and they give me my little wristband, and I'm like, Stephanie, thank you so much. Mama Swift, thank you so much. Oh my god. So we get back to Club Red, and the Club Red room, and I'm freaking out, and freaking out even more than I was the first time. First time, it didn't even feel real. This time, it felt real, because my dad really wanted to meet her. My dad loves her, like a daughter, like loves her. Big fan of her. So I'm like, Taylor comes in the room, and she's just like flawless. She's wearing this black dress. I was wearing a black dress too. We took our costumes off, and I was wearing a black dress because she wore a black dress the last time I met her, and I was like, oh my god, she's wearing a black dress. We're twinning. But anyway, she came in the room, and she's just so flawless. Like, you see her so many times in videos and movies. Well, not movies. Pictures on Instagram and stuff. But then, like, you see her, it's like she's in like 3D, like Taylor Swift. She's like in front of you. She's just like flawless. So I was like on the floor, like, could not breathe. You can actually like see me in the background of people's pictures with Taylor, like on the ground like this, like cannot breathe. She comes to me, and I don't know why I cried this time but didn't cry last time, but I start like freaking like crying, and she's like, oh my god, no, it's okay, it's okay, everyone's okay here, it's okay, calm down. And she hugs me, and I'm like freaking out. Oh my god, Taylor's just hugging me. Like, are you kidding? What is life? What is air? I can't breathe. So we start talking, and Dad goes like, yeah, this might be our last father-daughter trip before she runs off and gets married. And I'm like, yeah, right, like anybody would want to marry me. And Taylor was like, ha ha ha, aw, so sweet. You have a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, wait a minute, you look familiar. And I'm like, yeah, I went to Red Tour Greensboro, Red Tour Raleigh, and Red Tour Columbia. I met you in Red Tour Raleigh, and I met you in 2006. She's like, you're from Charleston. And I was like, yeah. And it was friggin' like, what? Yeah, that's me. So, Dad did most of the talking, and I was like, Taylor, she was like, is there anything you want me to sign? And I'm like, yeah, I got my Red Tour book. I got the picture picked out right here, and she signs it. And Dad got his book signed for one of his friend's daughters. And she's like, can I have a picture with you guys? Can I have a picture with you? And I'm like, Taylor, I really want a hugging picture with you, but I don't want my dad like awkwardly standing beside us. She's like, don't worry about it, you know, it's cool. So we took our first picture, which is our hugging picture, which is, looks like crap, but it's in the camera, but it is flawless. And then we took our second picture. With my dad, Taylor, and me, and I was like, oh my god, Stephanie, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, because you're only supposed to get one picture. I got two, both times, like what? And then it's me and my dad in the photo booth. And this is my Club Red wristband. I don't know if you saw it in the last one, and my Club Red pass. And my autograph from my Red Tour book. I just cut it out because, let's be honest, this is always going to be framed. I don't really care that it's cut out. It's Taylor's autograph. Yeah. So someone asked me how I made these. These are poster frames. These are really cheap ones because I have that one that was kind of expensive. It was like $30 or $40. And that's actually called a shadow box frame. You can get it at craft stores. Craft stores have a lot of them, and it actually opens in the front. Some of them open in the front like this, and some of them slide out at the top. But these are an easier way to do stuff like this. It's a poster. It's really thin, and it's just cardboard poster frames, and these actually come off. These black things all come off. It comes in 5 pieces, the whiteboard and these 4 black thingies. And I actually just use a glue stick to glue the stuff on there, because glue stick doesn't, after a while you can just peel it right back off. Like, it's not going to ruin anything. So yeah, that's about it. That's how I met Taylor, and please follow me on Instagram. I'm Instagram wild. Always on there. Not really. Yeah, I am now. I'll try to be more active because you guys, I know you miss me. I'm at Jessie's Fearless, JESSISFEARLESS. It's easy to remember. And actually, my friend made an account because I am recently engaged. And obviously, first thing you guys said when I got engaged was you should invite Taylor. So I will invite Taylor. Wow, this video is like almost 20 minutes long. So Instagram account is at Maid of Honor Taylor. It's the American spelling. So it's at MAIDOFHONOR Taylor. TAYLOR. Maid of Honor Taylor. And if you would follow that on Instagram, that would really help me out. And you can read the bio on there, read our bio, and kind of check out the pictures. We're going to be renovating it and having a new theme, but you can help us out and read what you can do to help me out, because that would be amazing. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Sorry I can't edit it and I look ratchet.